Welcome to the Fit Mama podcast, where it's all about gaining your health back as a busy woman and mom, and doing it without sacrificing time with your family or business. Here is your host, mompreneur and Fit Mama health coach, Angela Campbell.
All right, listen, you guys, if you're in my Facebook community and you're seeing this now, I cannot wait. I'm super stoked. I'm super excited. I will admit, having my own podcast has been something I dreamed of for a long time, and it's happening. So listen, today is our first official podcast. The Fit Mama podcast is officially launched. All right, so if you're watching this right now live in my Facebook group, thank you so much for watching. Comment, say hi, interact. I can't see the comments where I'm at right now, but I definitely will get back and respond to them, of course, right? So here's the thing. Today's podcast, we're just going to dive right into it. Okay, I'm diving right into the podcast this morning. We are going to talk about how to put your health back on the priority list without restricting yourself, without restricting your family time. Listen, ladies and mamas, we are really notorious for putting ourselves last. And so I'm going to talk about that today. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about how busy women and moms can still find time to fit it in. Okay, you can still find time to fit your health in as a priority. You guys, it's so imperative. I'm also going to talk in today's podcast about the number one factor that prevents women from reaching their goals. I think you're going to be surprised what that number one factor is. And also, when is it time to ask for help? Do you ask for help? Tell me below, do you or do you not, right? And also, if you're currently in a position, I speak to a lot of women on a daily basis that are they're tired. They're tired of trying to figure it out on their own. Something's not working, but they know they have to make a change. And if that's you, it's not getting done, there's a link above this. If you're in my Facebook group now, schedule a call. Let's chat. Let's see if I can help you figure out what direction you need to go, right? And if you're in my Fit Mompreneur group already, so if you're watching this live, you're in the group, obviously, right? Then you see women losing weight, shrinking their belly fat, finding ways to fit in their health into their daily chaotic life. And here's the thing, you see them doing it. And if you knew what some of these women have on their plate, you would be shocked that they're doing it. But I also want you to know that you would be encouraged, because if they can do it, if I can do it, so can you, right? So the $1 million question, right, is this: why can some extremely busy moms or women, maybe you're not a mom, but you're a crazy busy woman, right? You're working your job, or you're running your business online, right? Or offline, whatever business it is, right? But you're owning your own business, or just have a job, or both. I know a lot of women that are moms, have a job, run businesses, but they're still able to find time to be present for their kids or their family, and also be successful leaders in their business and get their health on track, right? And so many women don't feel like they can do it, and I promise you there's a way, and I promise you can, right? You have to first believe, right? So again, in our official Fit Mama podcast, which sounds so amazing, I love to say that out loud, I'm going to talk about the 3 factors that I personally see and help women on a daily basis. And I feel like they need to be the utmost important in order for any of those things to happen for you, right? You want to reach those weight loss goals. You want to be better for your family. You want to do all the things. There's 3 things that I'm going to talk about today that I feel like are very important. I want you to know, if you're listening to this podcast right now, if you're a woman or mom or both, right? You are not in these struggles by yourself. You're not alone. Whatever struggle that you're facing right now, if you're comfortable and you're in the group, like, comment below and let me know what your biggest struggle is. I'd love to see it. And I guarantee the women in my Fit Mom program that I'm working with right now are definitely in those same struggles, or any woman in the group as well, and even outside the group, right? Invite your friends that need the help as well too. So if you know me, obviously I'm Angela Campbell. I love all things health, fitness, mom life, business. So, which makes it perfect. I help women and I help moms get fit while they're raising a family and they're trying to grow a business or their career, right? So again, today's podcast, I'm going to talk about how you can, because I promise you can stop saying the word can't. I promise you can put your health back on the priority list without restriction. You don't have to restrict yourself. You don't have to take hours upon hours away from your family. And I know this is a misconception, right? Now, if you're not in the group yet and you are listening to the podcast, definitely join the Facebook group. Join in, dive in. There's so many valuable things in here, but also women. You're going to see a community of other women supporting each other. It's not just me coaching you. It's women that are loving on you too, right? And so you can join our Facebook group. Easiest place, just go to my website. It's www.acfitmama.com. There's a giant button on the front that says join my community, right? And before I get into those 3 factors, I want to give a couple shout outs, because I see women right now in this group having amazing results that deserve some serious shout outs, right? And so the first shout outs I want to give is for simply taking that step to put them first, right? And making that commitment to simply get started, right? Because if you're listening to this podcast, you may be someone who keeps putting it off, right? Like, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it next week. I'm going to do it when the holidays are over. I'm going to do it when the kids go back to school. Like, how many of these things have you said to yourself, right? So simply getting started to me deserves a massive shout out. So I want to shout out 3 women that have done simply this. Rose Hill, I'm super excited for you because she knows she's at a place where she needs to get something done, right? So she's getting started. She's putting all the things in place, workouts, nutrition. She's even got her products set and ready to rock and roll, right? Kelly Verbosch, I love this woman to death. And she has done the same thing, committed, getting started. She's a crazy busy mama of 3 girls, 2 of them being twins, runs multiple businesses online and is having massive success. But she realizes her health is important and she's putting it first. Okay. And Emma Mumford, same thing. Rocked 2 workouts already this week and getting started on her 3rd, and just simply getting started. And I know that was a fear of just getting started, and you're doing just that. So huge shout out to you. Another shout out with some results, Julie Reynolds, amazing. Again, super crazy busy mom, an entrepreneur, making it happen. And this woman doesn't give herself as much credit as she deserves. 3¼ inches off her waist, like, hello, shrinking, starting to see some abs, and 1¼ inch off her hips already. And then Jennifer Murray, 11 pounds down. I want to give you guys an amazing shout out, because you guys, women, ladies, these women are having these results while they're running businesses or their crazy demanding job, plus raising a family and doing all the things. So again, if you're in the mompreneur group, you see these women. You see people sharing all the time, or me giving shout outs to women that are losing weight, shrinking their belly fat, and they're finding ways to make it happen. And they have a chaotic, crazy, busy life too. So that should hopefully encourage you to know that you can do it too. I promise. If they can do it and I can do it, so can you, right? So the 3 factors, let's get into it. These 3 factors that truly influence your health, and women especially, like, this is very catered to women, because these are the things, the 3 factors that really affect your health the most. And number 1, I think you're going to be surprised at what this one is, but it's guilt. Or if you're a mama, it's called mom guilt. Okay. And so if you experience this, drop guilt in below if you're live in the Facebook group watching this, right? Drop mom guilt if you know what I'm talking about, right? And so mom guilt is this. We put ourselves on the bottom of the list. Okay, so our priorities are always family, kids, business, all the things, and running and doing all the things for everybody else, and we don't take care of ourselves. And sometimes it's not necessarily the lack of time, because we all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? It's the fact that we feel guilty about spending time to work on ourselves, right? Like, if you can relate to this, put me in the comments, because I think we all can at some point. If you are a woman, I swear it's in our DNA. If I could prove it, I would prove it. But we spend our time taking care of everybody else, right? So we feel guilty, okay, when we want to spend time with something as simple as a workout, right? I can't tell you how many women I speak to on a regular basis that they don't do it because they think they are taking time away from their family or their kids or their business or all the things. Guys, in 2019, I got into that really bad. I was feeling guilty about doing anything away from the house because that took time away from the kids, right? Then that meant my husband had to do something extra for the kids, which he is so willing to do, but I put these thoughts in my head. Women, we are the worst at putting these thoughts in our head. We make ourselves feel guilty, not anybody else, about spending time away, right? And now some people may have some external factors that are creating the guilt. And we can talk about that. Like, shoot me a message and let's talk about, right? But then we also feel guilty about investing in ourselves, right? Put me, again, down below if you're watching this live, because we always also feel really bad and guilty if we spend a dime on ourselves, whether it be a product, maybe it's seeking help from someone like myself or anybody else out there, or whatever. Maybe it's buying yourself new clothes because you actually lost weight and you want to feel pretty in your clothes again, but you won't go spend money because you know the kids need school clothes, right? Like I know so many women that can relate to what I'm saying, right? And then, or we just feel guilty even asking for help. Like this is a big one. This is a big one. And I want you to drop the word help below if you are listening and this is something that you can relate to, right? We feel guilty because for asking for help. This is a really bad one again, because I mentioned my husband a while ago. Like I would always feel guilty asking him to help with the kids, guys. And my husband is the most hands-on dad ever and is the best. And he's never complained when I've asked him for help. He's always like, yeah, babe, what can I do? But I stopped asking. I never even started, to be honest with you, until I realized that it's so important, right? And now, y'all, if you see all the things I do, because I hear this a lot. I hear a lot of women, I don't want to reach out to you because you're so crazy busy. Listen, please reach out to me. I'm here to help. And all the things you see me doing, I do not do by myself. I will be the first to admit I have a team of people that help me do a lot of the things behind the scenes. I have a family that I'm super blessed that moved close to me. Now my mom helps me a lot with my kids. Like today, if she wasn't helping me, they would be climbing all over me. Let's be real, right? If you know me and my kids. And I no longer feel guilty just simply working out. Like I get it done before everybody works out because I'm a morning person, but you got to figure out what works for you, right? So having guilt is one of the most common, and to me, it's the one I wanted to talk about the most because it's the number one factor that influences your lack of health and making your health a priority because we feel guilty. We have to realize though, this is a mindset shift. As a woman and a mom especially, you have to learn to shift your mindset and think this. Write it down, put it on a sticky note, whatever you need to do for you to remember this. But remember, if you are not getting healthy, if you're not putting your health on a priority list, then you're not going to be able to take care of anybody else at a very high rate. And we have to know this and we have to remember this, right? If you're not healthy, you're not taking care of yourself, you're tired, you're running around like a monster mom, or you are a monster mom, like yelling at your kids all the time, 9 times out of 10 is because you're tired and you're worn down and you're not putting your health a priority. Those little things can be fixed. You can be a happier mom. You can run around with your kids. You can play with them outside without getting winded. You can just feel good. You can have confidence to do a lot of things if you put your health back on a priority list. Okay, so we have to learn, and again, know that you're not alone. You don't have to put this guilt aside by yourself and try to figure it out on your own. We all do this. I'm guilty of this. I did it the other day and didn't ask for help on a day that I needed to, and I ended up very frazzled because I took on too many things and didn't ask for help. Guys, so ladies, guilt is the number one factor. So we have to learn that we got to put that away, right? Number 2, I'm going to go into this. That was the biggest one, and I wanted to talk about the most. The number 2 factor that keeps a lot of us women from putting our health on a priority list, and we always put it on the bottom, or maybe we try, but it always goes back down. It's because of this. A lot of times we as women think we're super women and want to do it all at one time. Okay, so taking on too much too fast or too many things at one time, and I'm focusing more on health. Guys, right here, I'm focusing more on your health, okay? Whether it be your nutrition, whether it be your fitness, whether it be your products, whether it be just simply taking some me time, whatever it is, okay? There's so many factors that goes into losing weight and belly fat that I'm working with these women by doing. It's not just one thing, right? But when you take on too much, too fast, you quit, okay? And I see this way too often. I see people taking on too many workouts at one time. They don't go from like 3 days at the beginning and gradually increase. They go like straight up 6, 7, and even throw in some 2 days in there. Guys, that is way too much too fast. You're going to get hurt or you're going to get burnt out and it's going to feel miserable and you quit. Most of people quit after a couple weeks of that and then they're like, burnt out, I'm done, right? So you have to take baby steps. You have to take baby steps with your fitness, with your nutrition. Some of the things that I'm doing with some of the women in my Fit Mama program is like crazy simple. They're like, really, this is it? I'm like, yes. And I promise there's a method to the madness. Please trust the process, right? So you have to take baby steps, okay? Baby steps with your nutrition, baby steps with your fitness, baby steps with yourself. Don't try to give yourself 2 hours a day from the beginning and think, and then realize, oh my gosh, I can't do this. 2 hours is too much. I can't fit all that in. And then you quit. Spend 15 minutes. Like, again, baby steps, same thing with your workouts. And because here's the thing too, if you try to do too much, you're going to feel the big R word, which is restricted. You're going to feel very restricted if you go from eating like crazy or maybe not eating very well, eating pizza with the family, having a drink in the evening, whatever it is, right? Whatever you love to do. And then you go straight from that. And then you go crazy strict with a brand new meal plan that just flips your whole world upside down. And then your family's over here eating a piece of pizza while you're over here eating what you consider to be cardboard because it sucks, it's boring, while your family's eating something that you want to eat. It's called restriction. And when you restrict yourself too much, then again, it's something that is not sustainable and you tend to quit. And here's the biggest thing, too much too fast or not being patient. Okay, and if you are not a patient person, I know I'm not a patient person for the most part. I'll be the first to admit. I'm getting so much better though, but it's a daily process, so you have to work on being patient. You have to learn to have patience with your results. If you are truly serious about wanting to get healthy and be a healthier version of you for everyone else, you got to have patience. We did not get unhealthy overnight. You have to look back and remember that. If you're trying to lose, like I use baby weight for an example, because this was the time in my life I was the most impatient, because it took 9-10 months for me to pack on 60 pounds of having a kid, right? And your body entirely changes. Like with both kids, I gained almost 60 pounds. It took, for the second kid, it took a year and a half before and maybe even a little bit longer than that before I really got to where I felt comfortable. And I'm still not 100% comfortable. There's still things, and he's 2.5, right? So it takes time to get results that work and results that will last. And I say that slow because I want you to hear those last little bit. It takes time to get results that are worth keeping and that will last. You cannot chase the quick fixes. Just scroll Facebook. You're going to get 20,000 ads, maybe not 20,000. I'm exaggerating here a little bit, but you know what I mean. Like if you chase quick fix after quick fix after quick fix because you hurry up and you want the now results, you're going to fall into that same yo-yo pattern. And if you do that over time, guess what? You do so much damage to your body, it's going to take you a really long time for you to get results when you start doing it the right and slow way. Okay, so you have to be patient, and I know that's so hard, right? If you struggle with patience, drop patience in the comments if you're live in the group with me right now, and practice it. You know, put a sticky note on your mirror. I say that a lot because if you saw my mirror right now, I have 5 sticky notes that are going down my mirror because they're daily reminders, right? Don't chase the quick fix. Okay, it's not always greener on the other side, so to speak, right? So no quick fixes, guys. You don't chase the fast results if you truly are serious about wanting to get healthy. It's going to take you time, and you have to set yourself up for expectations. And then the last one is just knowledge. You guys, the third factor is just not having the right knowledge to actually figure out what is going to work for your body. And here's why I feel like so many people don't have the right knowledge. It's because this world is so confusing, right? Like if you agree with me, put confusing below if you're in the group right now watching live or even on a replay. Confusing. Guys, the world is full of everybody's 20,000 opinions. And I know this, right? And so I've found a method that helped me and is helping other women, but it takes everything that I just talked about before this, okay? You don't have to do it alone, right? So know that you don't have to do it alone, okay? Stop Googling all the things and joining all the 20,000 different groups. One is this, one says this, one says this, one says this, and that's when it's like information overload and it becomes so crazy confusing, right? So if you don't have the knowledge to do it alone, ask for help. Oh my gosh, please ask for help. This is when you know that you need to help if you're at a point that nothing's working. If you found something, great, right? But it can be very confusing, all the diets and all the products and all the things out there in the world, right? So just simply, if you don't have the knowledge to do it on your own, which is majority of women, just ask for help, I promise. And again, like I said before at the beginning of this podcast, if you're tired of failing and you're not getting anywhere, there's a link above. Just set a time. We'll get on a call together and let's just talk about it and figure out what's working, what's not working. Maybe I have a solution for you. Maybe I don't, but I can shoot you in a direction where there is a solution, right? So schedule a time. There's a link above. We can always set up a time for a call, right? And here's the thing as well. Number one, again, if you're listening to me now or listening to me later, thank you so much for all the constant support. I truly feel over this past year, maybe even 2, that God has been talking to me in really truly telling me, like, you have a bigger purpose, Angela. You have a bigger purpose, and that purpose is helping getting this message that I have out here today, and the message that I want to be giving on a daily basis, including every week in a new podcast. So I want to thank you as well for tuning in, either now or later, whenever you're watching this or listening to this. If you found anything in this podcast to be valuable to you, or maybe you're thinking of all the 20 other women and moms that you can relate to, then do them a huge favor. Invite them to the group, right? Get them in here. It's a free group, so anybody can be in here and listen. Any woman, right? You don't have to be a mom to be in this group, right? And join in and engage in the group. Participate. Post in the group. If you see something that's valuable of you, or if you need accountability, the biggest form of accountability is you sharing your journey with us inside the group. We will love on you. We will help. And even better, we started last week doing weekly giveaways for those that are engaging the most in the group. Okay, and that includes comments and posts. So engage. Let's have a party in this group so women know that they're not alone, and let's make it fun, right? So again, if you're listening to this on the podcast, join my group. The easiest way is go to my website, www.acfitmama.com. Big join the group community button on the main page, and look forward to having more and more podcasts, you guys. Every Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to be live in here with a new topic and guests. We're going to be having guests in here weekly or every other week of women, so that you're not just listening to me preach all the things, but others sharing their stories, sharing their journeys, so that you can see that you're not alone. All right. So thank you again for listening to the first episode of Fit Mama Podcast. Questions, comments, put them below, and we'll see you next week on the next podcast, number 2 coming to you. Bye, guys.